JOOLTOOL, and I created this little polishing machine that you see to my right. And on today's live show, we will be working on chains. So I will be showing you guys the proper and safest way to polish a chain, whether you soldered it, you repaired it, you made it, all that stuff, but I will give you the fundamentals of polishing a chain the safe way. So I have a few chains here that I plan on showing you. I'm showing you more of a link. We've got a Figaro. We have a medium-sized link gold one. We have one with stones in between. And I have a really super thin one right here. And I'll show you guys how to properly polish them in a safe and effective way on the JOOLTOOL. So you guys, today will be a fun one, but it'll be very informative. So there'll be things that I'll say, take notes in, notes on, and I hope this video will help. A lot of people have asked me, they always ask me, how do I polish the thinner chains? And yesterday, Margaret, thank you, Margaret, she kind of triggered all those questions that I've gotten for chains. And I kept saying, I'll do it later. And thank you, Margaret, for jogging that memory. And I'm working on your silver, liquid silver that you requested. So I want to welcome everyone to this show. Hi, everybody. I'm glad you've been able to join me today. It's going to be fun. I'll be showing you my tips and my little secrets on how I polish a chain the safe way. So it'll be a quick little show today, but just get ready to get some, nice information. So I'm going to start pretty much off with some of the thinner ones and then work my way to the thicker ones. And I'll be showing you guys different ways to polish them. So we have the really thin chains right here. You see how thin that is? Oof. My daughter loves wearing these chains. I actually took them from her. And we have another little thin chain link one. We have one with diamonds in between. This is like diamonds by the yard. We have the Figaro. And then we have a regular link one. So I'll be showing you guys a few different ways to polish them. So you guys, let's get started. Hello, hello, hello to everyone. Remember, I have an appointment today at 1, just right after 1, but I got to get out of here by 1. So I'm going to be doing this real quick, you guys. And if you have any questions, be sure to ask because I can answer them during the show. All right, let's get started, guys. So, for everyone wants to know how to do the thinner ones, like so thin little chains like this. Look, super thin. How am I gonna polish this delicate? Majority of the time, these don't really need to be polished. What needs to be polished is usually where it's been soldered. Usually, these are where it like is the first to go in these areas. What's Bonnie asking? Oh, Bonnie, girlfriend, that's my girl. That's my girl. Bonnie doesn't miss a beat, girl. You see my gorgeous necklace, huh? Huh? If you guys missed yesterday's show, we polished this. You're so cute, Bonnie. I totally forgot to even mention. So on yesterday's show, if you guys missed it, we polished this inlay. So we did a stone-on-stone inlay, and it came out, well, gorgeous. So a lot of people have been telling me since yesterday that it came out really good and they're excited, and I was just so busy leaving the shop yesterday that I didn't even post about it. This it is. But yes, so if you missed yesterday's show, check it out. It was a good one. But today I want to show you my tips and techniques on how to polish delicate chains and bigger chains. So let's go ahead. So for a delicate chain like this, even if you have solder marks or whatever, you can do a few different things, you guys. So one easy way to polish this would be like, let's say, the brushes. So you can use either the 3-inch or the 2-inch. However, I do recommend the 2-inch only because it's going to be a little bit more detailed to get into like the little nooks and crannies. This one you can, but it's going to spray everywhere. But I'll show you guys both in the event that you don't have. It's not, it's like, well, these kind of bend, and so they kind of go everywhere, which they're perfect for when you want to get into like nooks and crannies, let's say. But this, yeah, they flex, that's the word. Yes, but this one's a little stiffer and you can be a little bit more detailed and get down into the exact area you want. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put that huge long finger. I like that big one that we made. Remember I showed you guys how to make this the other day? This is great if you want to use your finger as a base and kind of protect your knuckles. It's really good. It like supports it like a nice little brace. It's really comfortable when you bring the finger wraps down, by the way. I'll just put this on. Let's get going. And there we go. Actually, I'm going to take this off. It's a little tight. My fingers having trouble breathing. Okay, so let's get going. Okay, so I'm going to use this and I'll show you my techniques on how to do it. So if I have a super thin chain, you guys, okay, so there's certain ways you can do it. I like to hold it here. So this is very important. So anything loose, I want you to cup in the palm of your hand. You never want anything loose around the spinning wheel. So we want to cup this, and we're only going to allow a certain amount of the chain to come out, and the rest I'm going to support. So you don't want to support the loose, the very thin part. So you kind of want to support the jump ring area, because if you solder a jump ring, I don't know if you guys do, but in repair world we would never leave a jump ring open. We would have to polish it and solder it. So let me show you guys. So I have this on full speed. So let's say I'm going to polish the chain. So everything loose is kind of being held, and I'm kind of holding it like this, and I'm polishing. So everything is tight. Nothing is going to want to take it out of my hand, and I can polish. If you're going to flip it around, you step away from the machine and you flip. You don't flip when you're on the actual wheel, and then you go in and do it again. So you can do side view too, Yara, if you want to show them how it sprays. It's pretty good, you guys. I'm able to, I mean, like, it kind of like spreads. Spreads is the word. It flexes. You guys see that? Well, I'm on it. Huh. Right here? Oh, got it. I got it. There you go. You see how I'm doing that? And so then you will then fry you. Wait, why are you overhead? Okay, well, when you're done, you guys, you just pull it away. You don't, you know, still move it while you're near the wheel. So whatever adjustments you're going to make is always going to be away from the wheel. And you can hold this like this, polish like this, use your index finger as a support, flip it around, do it again. Hold on, let's get in there. There you go, right there. Get in there. There we go. There. So all this extra loose stuff that you guys see here is now protected in my hand. Let's say that I needed to polish the little cross there too, or I soldered the areas near the little jump rings right here, you guys see that? So again, anything loose, I'm gonna hold, and it's gonna be like this. So do you guys see how I've kind of locked it in and anchored it? So you don't want anything loosey-goosey floating around. So you want to just get in there and polish. That's pretty. You're gonna polish if you're gonna polish like an actual charm in it, hold the two chains and then polish the actual item. You guys see that? The two ends, yeah. But you can see, so you hold the two chains. And again, if you're gonna do the opposite side, step away from the vehicle when you do it, you guys. So you just hold it here and just make sure nothing is loose. You got to just have control over any of these loose stuff right here. Any of this loose, needs to be like tied down securely, so nothing is flying around. So there we go. That's a good one right there. So now let's say that the green brush obviously is not enough to clean the solder. All you have to do, you guys, is use your 6 micron first and then hit it with the 1 micron. And same goes for if you have the 2-inch. The 2-inch, I would do the peach and the green. So let me show you guys how it works with the 2-inch in comparison to the 3. Just real quick, you guys. So let's say I was going to use the 6 micron, which is the peach color first. You know, say I just want to polish this section a little. You just go like that. You see how much more detailed it is? And it gets a nice polish. It's like a pre-polish. You can flip it around. Do that jump ring again right there. Then you would take this off and you would use the 1 micron green 2-inch brush. And so some things like hanging right here, you don't want anything hanging. Cup it again. Make sure there's no loosey-gooseys, no loosey-gooseys anywhere, you guys. And then you would just polish the chain like so. Oh, okay, let's do the side view. You see how? But what's great is, you guys, anytime I want, I can pull away from it. It's not going to want to suck it into my, you know, when you're doing it on a, you know, horizontal manner, it's going to want to suck it. So this is a very safe way to polish chains, you guys, because it won't yank it out of your hand. You have control. If anything's going to happen, it'll fall to the ground. Yeah, a conventional machine running like this is going to suck it in. And then let's say that you already got a pretty polish. Let's say you just wanted a little bit more. Let's say that, well, I don't want to get to that. So that was the fine little one. Let's say you wanted to polish like the entire chain, like every single link. So I would do the same method, you guys. So I would almost do like this. So I would take the 2-inch. So let's say I want to polish this entire chain. Say it was really dingy and it needs a polish, okay? So you would actually cup it again. Look how I cup it. Cup it, cup it, cup it, cup it. Let it just sit in the palm of your hand and you cup it. There you go. And so whatever loose, hold on, let's go back to the other side. I want the jumping side. So whatever is loose, let it just be cupped in your hand. So let's say you're going to polish the actual chain. So what you want to do is make sure it's tight. So what I've done is I wrapped it around my index finger and I'm anchoring it with my index and I'm locking it down with my thumb. Do you guys see how it has nowhere to go? So you just go like this. Yes, so the wooden thing, you guys, yes, you can wrap this around a wooden thing. However, you guys, it still can slip off of, trust me, I know. I've been there, done that. I've had things happen to me. So when I tell you guys to grip it, please listen to this, because the gripping is the best way to secure a nice pot, like without anything happening. Because back in my day, what I would do, you guys, is I would have like a wooden, here, let's pretend this is my wooden thing. And I would actually take the chain and put it on it and hold it like this, okay? And polish it, okay? Yes, you can do it like that, but there is a chance that it's gonna slip. There's a chance that this is gonna give way and yank it from the bottom, okay? You guys see how easy it is to tug and pull out? I know, because I have busted the light bulb, everything. The chain went in pieces. I went running. It happens. And it happens, you guys, in a blink of an eye. It's with the Jool tool, it's way safer, you guys. But I just want you guys to take every precaution. So let's say that I have something, again, that I want to polish in between my little links. Do you guys see that? So again, I'm going to do this whole chain. So instead of ringing it around a piece of wood, just like you guys mentioned, I don't have it because I don't use it anymore, but people back in the day would, you know, wrap it around stuff like this and do it. It's still not as secure as your own hand. Things move. Yes, Tom, that is correct. You have full control when it's part of your finger, you guys. So when yes, Bonnie, I'm running it at high speed. So look, you guys, again, let's say I'm going to polish the lobster claw. I'm going to polish around the jump rings by the stone, all of that. So watch how I'm going to like tuck it in, running this at full speed. And look, I'm even holding the lobster claw to get in there. Like, you know what I mean? So full control, full control. You guys see that? And then let's say I want to polish the lobster claw. That can stay a little loose as long as you have control over here, and that's good. So these are little ones I'm doing. So you guys see how pretty and polished it is? Now, if something's really, really dull and you want to do it fast, let's say you want to do it with the felt wheel, I'll show you guys how to incorporate that on something dull, which is coming up. So let's keep going. So let's say I want to do the chain. So I'm holding it here. I'm holding it here. This chain has nowhere to go but to get polished. That's it, buddy. You're getting polished. So there you go. So I'm so glad you guys are understanding. But I really want to teach you guys the safest way. And then let's say I want to polish that bezel. Just get in there like that, you guys. Look how pretty that is. Wow. This really needed to be polished. Flip it around. You guys see? And there you go. And then you can do the surface of it. Just hold it there. And you don't want to, you know, pull on it or anything. But other than that, you just keep going. Again, I'm holding it here and I'm holding it here. And I'm going to do the entire chain. There's nowhere, and I'm going to flip it. So do you see how if I'm going to flip it, I step away from the wheel and do my little flip. You don't flip it while you're polishing. That's where the problems occur. So no action during the polishing. You can move your hands and go like that. But other than that, step away and shift. So you can shift when you are away from the wheel. Because it won't work, you guys, if you do it. So you can do it like this and then do the side. There we go. Look at that. So pretty. And then do the face. So that's polishing this kind. This is a very popular chain right here, right there. So that's doing that. Now, let's say, and then what's great is the 1 micron won't take off metal. And then this one's also great. This is actually, I think this is gold filled, but this is also another popular chain. You guys see this chain? You see this? So I'm going to do the same again. So make sure it's anchored here. Hold it with your hand and do the claw. So you guys see that? Just a quick little, wow. Hello. Hello. So there you go. Are you guys getting this? And then we'll continue. So if you want to continue, now you hold the lobster claw and you hold your thumb down on it and you just go to town. And then keep going. So my rule is don't polish more than a 1 inch length. Because once you get over 1 inch, things become loosey-goosey. So my rule is 1 inch. So the maximum you can polish in length is 1 inch. And that kind of covers it right here. So right here, 1 inch. And then shift it, go back, and then do another 1 inch. You know, and then shift it again and do another 1 inch. So this way you're safe. Nothing is going to happen, you guys, because you have control over the piece. Now, let's say that you wanted to polish. Let's say you got crazy and wanted to polish with the magic buff, okay? So the magic buff is running at full speed. So you're going to have to hold the same way, but you got to be really careful. The buff is way aggressive. So again, if you want to polish something, you're going to just lightly touch it like this and polish. Flip it around. You see how I'm just lightly touching it and you get that pretty polish. Now let's say I want to polish the chain or that little bezel area. Again, you have to secure that part and touch it right here so it doesn't move, and you just glide right over and get that pretty, oh, it's pretty actually, it's polished pretty. You want to flip it onto the side, hold it there and just let it glide right over. And there you get that pretty polish right there. And then flip it around. Hold on. And just get that little polish right there. But there you go. You see that? So those are the rules, you guys. And then if you want to do the chain too, again, anchor and hold, and just hold it just lightly. Don't push. You don't want to push at all. So that's that. Now, let's say you want to incorporate, you guys. So are you guys getting this? What's the consensus out there? So let's say that we want to polish this little cross in between the two chains as well, okay? And I don't want to use the brushes. I want to use, no. So the green brush will not damage any stones, any settings. It won't even remove plating. So this gold one was a gold plated piece, and if anything, it polished it so pretty. Look. Oh, the side camera? Okay, let me go back. Hold on. Hold on. Margaret wants to see this one on the side camera view. Hold on. With the magic buff. So this is the magic buff. I'm going to run it at full speed, you guys. Hold on. So again, you guys hold it and secure side camera. Yeah. So I'm going to do first I'll do the lobster claw. So I'm just going to barely touch it right here. Do you guys see that? And you step away and you get that polish. You flip it around. Again, hold it there. Use your index finger to support. You sure? How about if I hold my hand this way, like this? Yarrow. Is that better? Okay, so I'm going to just hold it like this. You guys see? And then when you're done, you step away. And then shift. And then come back. So you don't want to push hard. Just let it glide. Chain is already delicate and you just step away. But if you're going to do any kind of adjustments, you do it when you are away from the wheel. You don't do it when you're on the wheel. That's the secret, you guys. Never do adjustments while you've made, when you're making contact with the wheel, you do this side and then you stop and then you can shift and do this side and stop and then change it and go back. So what people do, and this is where the problem occurs, is they'll be here while they're on the wheel, they shift. And then that's when things are loose and in movement, and this can be aggressive. When your hands are, when you're not paying attention and anything's loose, that's when things happen. So always, whenever you're going to make a shift, do it away from the wheel. Don't do it when you're on the wheel. Don't do this when you're polishing. That's a no-no. Big X, no. Okay, so I hope that helps. So next is, if you have other areas that you want to use your felt polishing wheel on, let's say I have something like this that I soldered, you can use your scratch eraser, let's say. Here, let me actually do that. Say I soldered a little link and I want to polish it. So you take your scratch eraser. Ooh, it has the copper on it from the last time. And you're going to work like this. So let's say that here, this is perfect actually. There is a solder. Do you guys see that actually? Yara, can you see that? Do you guys see right here where there's a solder joint? That looks horrible. Who did that? I didn't do that. Huh, do you guys see that? So let's say you want to do that and it's a chain. So it's a big old chain. So again, you're going to cup all that loosey-goosiness and then go all the way to that tip where that solder is, and you're going to kind of secure it. Do you guys see how I've even secured it with one hand? So now my index finger is going to go in there and control the movement. So it's off-centered, as you can see, whoever soldered this. That was a good, I'm glad this demonstration came up. Do you guys see how the solder joint is even crooked? It's not even properly done. But watch how the scratch eraser will fix this. Yara, do you see if it's a good shot? Should I move in? Can you zoom in? I just want you guys to see this because this is important. And it almost doesn't even look like it's soldered properly, just so you know. There's like an open crack at the bottom. You guys see that? So either way, I'm just going to show you the movement of how to clean this up, and you can see it's not even perfectly centered. So let's go ahead. So I'm going to pinch it here. Secured. Nothing's moving. Nothing's moving. You don't want any shakeage and any kind of loosey-goosiness, nothing. So I have the fine scratch eraser on. You can use your medium. You can use your very fine. So I'm actually going to work right here. Let me go ahead and mark it. You guys see? Oh, it's a little blurry. There you go. Yeah, so I'm going to work primarily in that area, you guys. Wow, it's a big little crease. So I don't know how well this is soldered. You guys can tell, but whatever. This is just for showing you how to fix it. So first I'm going to do this side, and you can see it's uneven, but this is, the scratch erasers are exceptional at blending metals. So even if something is really wonky and not even even, you can get that polished. You guys see how much more even that is? Okay, so now we're gonna flip it around. So again, when I flip it around, you guys, I'm away from the wheel, so now I'm flipping it around to this side. You guys see that right there? Okay, so let's go ahead and hold it there. Oh, that's a bad, this is a bad solder job. Oh yeah. And so now I'm going to do the top part. You guys see that? Hold on. So there. So now turn it off if you're going to stop to look at it. So now you guys take a look at that solder joint. It's much cleaner, more uniform, no nasty bumps and lumps. It's actually very smooth. And then now you go to the polish. And I'll show you how to polish this entire link. So that's with the fine scratch eraser. Next I'm going to use my felt polishing wheel. Now the secret is, okay, look, especially here, let me tell you guys something. If you guys have a solder seam, I just want you to know, polishing it with the felt wheel, this wheel, is not going to allow the solder seam to show. If you forego the felt wheel and use this, the solder, especially if you're using like soft solder, the solder mark is going to become more evident because the buff will get into the soft solder crease before it polishes the outside metal. Does that make sense, you guys? I hope that made sense. So let me give myself some compound, mainly on the edge. That's where I'm going to be working. So here we go. So we're going to polish the entire link. And so I don't want to worry about that solder seam. So here we go. So you guys, again, I'm holding it in the same fashion, same method. There we go. Let me show you guys what I've polished already. You guys see that? Wow, that looks good. Where'd that seam go? Hello, goodbye. I know. Yeah, it's a bad solder, if any. They put very little solder. So actually yesterday, I think it was, who was it that did the, oh yeah, I think it was Diana Schnitzka that polished that gorgeous ring. And she was saying how the scratch eraser is a game changer when it comes to her solder seams. I concur. So then you can do the rest. So you can do the rest like this. See, it's turning black. We need a little bit more compound. And just keep going, you guys. I mean, you can buff the rest of this out real quick, but just that solder seam, always make sure you hit it with the felt wheel beforehand, because that soldered seam, you guys, will definitely be evident if you use a buff. The buff and solder seams are not friends, just so you know. They don't like each other, and it seems like the buff betrays the solder. It's like a backstabbing friend. It always exposes it. Not a good friend. So there, so we polish this. So now, If you want to do a quick little polish, you can either use your magic buff, let's say you want to polish the rest of it, or you can use your green brush, whichever one, the 3-inch, 2-inch, whatever. So just to show you the two differences, so right here, I'll use I'm going to show you different ways to do it and the proper ways to hold it. But this is really good for getting into like the nooks and crannies of the design too, by the way, the green brush. So just make sure you hold it, that's all. Just concentrating on this one. And that's what that solder seam area looks like, by the way, now. Does that look good, Yarrow? There we go. Look at that. So pretty. So pretty. So pretty. Okay. So you guys, or let's say that you want to do the buff. Again, you want to do side view, you want to do front view. Again, side view. So I'm holding the link. Look at with my right index finger and my thumb. And I'm clenching the rest of it with my left hand. And I'm just going to glide over it like so. And get that. You can? Okay, then let's do the top. So you guys see? Okay, so I'm clenching it here. So I'm just going to hold it like this. You guys see? Just gliding. Don't push into it. No need to bear. And you get that really pretty high polish. And keep going. And you just want to glide over the seamed area. The magic buff is perfect for this because the magic buff won't try to take. Yes, I know, Deanna. Deanna says having solder seams is one of her pet peeves. Oh, you guys, you don't understand. When you get rid of that solder seam, you'll go from 0 to hero on your level of finished pieces, really. So that is this. Do you guys see this? Hold on. Does it show Yarrow? Yeah? Yeah, okay. So you guys, I hope that helped. I mean, the Figaro is even easier. I just wanted to do, obviously, you know, you would use this with the felt wheel. Yeah, I would just do this with the felt wheel. Again, just holding it. Just put that compound on. Where am I? Oh, I'm pretty tight. Hold on. Let's go ahead and polish. Where am I? I'll just polish anywhere. Anywhere. Okay. So if something's a little dull, again, you're going to hold it tight. 1 inch. Not more than 1 inch diameter. And you get that gorgeous polish. Same with the sides. If there's any nicks and bumps and stuff. Do you guys see that? So it's really nice that you can get all this. And say like you want to do 2 things at the same time. No problem, just hold it there. Oh, hold on. It's okay, we're nice and safe, no problem. All is good in the world of polishing. And you get that real pretty polish. Do you guys see that? And then you can go over this with your buff, or you can go over this with the green brush. Whatever you're comfortable with, you guys, you can do. I mean, the green brush is always going to be the safest bet. And it gets into so many nooks and crannies. You guys, look at that. Like, that's not a joke. Like, we just did that in a matter of a few seconds. From, you know, yeah, let me compare it to that. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, so you guys, that really does it for, chain polishing. You just got to remember, you guys, to, like I said here, this is the larger one. I'll do it with the larger one so you can see. Just a quick summary of me in person. I cup it always, all right? And then I only allow 1 inch to be exposed, and I'm pinching it. I'm holding it. Nothing. Like if you tried to come and take this away from me right now, there's no way. We'd have a tug of war. Like, you know, your Yarrow tries to grab it from me. No, you're not grabbing it. So nothing's going to grab this out of your hand. So trust and believe when I tell you, I've had my fair share of horrible things happen to me with the so if you're working on a regular polisher and you have like this on, let's say on a, I'll just say this, let's say it's a wooden thing and you're polishing like this, vroom, vroom. I mean, the second that it just loosens up, it'll just grab it, like swallow, and then it starts beating the light bulb, and then you run for cover, and you just run. Honest to God, that happened to me as a kid. I was like a teenager. So you guys, honestly, the Jewel tool makes polishing chains so much easier. So if you buy the Jewel tool for just polishing chains, you will get your money's worth, because it's honestly the safest way to polish. Because let's say that it did slip out of your hand. Remember, there is a safety shutoff mechanism with the Jewel tool built in, that if it feels a tug or anything, it'll immediately stop. But it's not gonna whip it at you like this. It's not. It'll fall to the base and just maybe wrap around the spindle. But it, again, who cares? It's not at you. Look, I even hit myself. Woo! Here we go again. Wonder Woman. So you guys, yes, so these are my tips and tricks. Please listen to them. I promise you I know what I'm talking about. And if you have any questions, just let me know, because I have to go. Ooh, that rhymed. And we're going to actually start some cool projects tomorrow. I'm so excited. I love doing projects with you guys. Like, look at this gorgeousness. It's up for auction. No, I'm kidding. I know people kept asking me, will you sell it? I'm like, why? I love looking at it. Do you ever get like that? You actually make a piece and you're like, I don't want to sell it. It's making me happy. Well, we're going to keep that for myself. Yes, so Junior, I've polished a Cartier watch here on the show. If you look at my older, like maybe 2 months ago on my live videos, I did a Cartier watch. But as soon as I get another watch, someone can give, I'll rip it off one of my cousin's wrists or my dad. Let me see what my dad has. And I'll polish. My watches are clean. So I can't help you with my watches. I need a beaten up guy's watch is what I need. So as soon as I get another watch, I'll do another watch video. Everyone loves watches, so those are actually really fun and easy to use, easy to do. So you guys, if there's no more questions, so you guys, so our summer sale is over now. But happy 4th of July, people, because the 4th of July sale is on now. And there's other things that are on sale. A lot of things actually are on sale. We kind of love this holiday, so I'm really giving you guys some good sale items. So I just want to support this holiday. So much for our independence. Don't forget, wear your mask. No, I'm kidding. Actually, I need to wear my mask right now because I'm paranoid. I'm one of those mask people. So you guys, I will see you guys here tomorrow, where I'm conjuring up some good ideas. You guys keep giving me some good ideas. I love it. So I'll see you guys here tomorrow. I'll try to be on a little earlier. We'll see. Sometimes I got to run a business. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's show, and I hope it's helpful. I'll see you guys here tomorrow. I love you all, you guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys soon. Bye-bye for now.